It's not bragging if you do what you say you're gonna do. So, and you know, like when people say, when you know, bumps and bruises come with the sport of boxing.
Well, I'm telling you, this version of Tank is gonna be dangerous, bruh. If you know about boxing, come on, it is Gervonta Davis.
Floyd Mayweather is reportedly stunned by the intensity of Gervonta Tank Davis's training ahead of his much-anticipated rematch with Lamont Roach. In recent footage from his training camp, Davis looks nothing short of terrifying, unleashing blistering combinations, showcasing razor-sharp movement, and displaying power that has silenced even his longtime critics. It's clear Tank is entering this rematch with a mission to dominate completely. Many observers believe Tank Davis's lackluster performance in the first fight wasn't entirely due to Roach's tactics. It was just as much about Davis's personal struggles. Tank has been open about the mental and physical battles he faced at. The time he admitted to needing therapy and even considered walking away from boxing altogether. Despite his internal turmoil, he stepped into the ring with Roach. Now the rematch offers Tank a shot at redemption to show the world what he can do when fully focused and in peak condition.
Lamont Roach in training camp, ready for one of the biggest rematches in 2025 against Gervonta Tank Davis, one of the biggest faces.
That first bout exposed some cracks in Davis's armor. Roach capitalized on Tank's weaknesses, particularly in his defense and stamina. The upcoming rematch is pivotal. It will reveal whether that performance was just an off night or if Davis's dominance is truly slipping for Tank. The pressure is immense. This is about reclaiming his place at the top and silencing the growing number of critics who question whether he still has what it takes.
He wants to do therapy. He wants to do real estate. They want to say he wasn't all in because him and Roach are friends, and he's going to be focused for the second fight. A lot of excuses. They want to say it's because of the braids, you know, the oil getting in his eye. Whatever. This is what really happened. And I just now came to this conclusion because I've been making some other videos for Patreon, but Lamont Roach posted a video recently on...
Interestingly, even Floyd Mayweather had been skeptical about Tank's remaining firepower, but recent training footage has shifted that view. Watching Davis tear through drills with explosive speed and focus, Mayweather appeared visibly surprised. The Tank Davis we see now looks sharper, stronger, and more determined than ever, forcing Floyd to reconsider his doubts and acknowledge that something dangerous is brewing in Davis's camp.
I don't know if Lamont Roach exposed weaknesses of Tank Davis. It very much reminds me of Rolly Romero versus Ryan Garcia. What Roach did, Rolly was doing the same thing. He ended up implementing it better against Ryan Garcia. Tank was having huge issues, and that's the black two sugars. Watch me call that fight. I started laughing. I couldn't believe it because all he was patient with good power. All Roach was patient. He stayed focused. That's why him drinking and partying and shit is messing with me, because he beat him here. He stayed so damn focused, and he knew when Tank was going to punch. He knew when not to punch, and when he countered Tank, he rocked Tank. Tank got rocked at least twice that.
The relationship between Mayweather and Davis has long been rocky, marked by disagreements over career decisions and training methods. Floyd initially criticized Tank's decision to take the rematch with Roach, calling it risky, but Davis's current. Discipline and drive have caught Floyd off guard. Tank knows what's at stake: his legacy, his name, his pride. A second loss would leave no room for excuses. This time, the pressure is all on him.
When is Gervonta Davis going to go somewhere in the power for power? Anui deserve to be in the power for power? Absolutely. Do Terrence Crawford deserve to be in the power for power? Absolutely. But what about Gervonta Tank Davis? I mean, he deserves to be somewhere also in the power for power.
Why don't they give him that credit?
Because he was affiliated with.
Many boxing insiders argue that the hype around Roach's win is overstated. During the fight, Davis's knee buckled not because of a clean shot, but due to vision issues caused by grease in his eyes, an odd but significant detail. It wasn't the knockout moment many fans assumed. Now Davis prepares to return as a revamped version of himself, more ferocious, more focused, and warning the world not to underestimate the storm he's bringing.
When Floyd left Bob Arum, it's good for them to do it and become their own boss. And then if another guy does it, it's not good for the sport. He's disloyal. And what's wrong with Tank saying he want to be his own boss? And honestly, I've been there. The relationship between them two is very toxic. It's a toxic relationship. It's up and down and up and down. And I'm not going to elaborate to everything that I know, but it's a very toxic relationship. And that's why when I tweet stuff, I don't tweet often, but when I tweet, I may fire off 50 tweets in the day. And that's why when I tweeted certain things about the relationship, Tank retweeted it because he knows. Like, I'm not just gonna say what it is. It's a very toxic relationship. It's back and forth. And I think it will serve him best to go and be his own.
What's perhaps most telling is that even some of Tank's usual critics are predicting his clear victory in the rematch. The consensus is that this time, Davis is fully dialed in, no distractions, no other fights, just Roach. That singular focus. Many believe is the key to Tank reclaiming dominance and steering his career back on track.
People keep saying like Lamont dang near like beat Tank like clean, like basically like we seen it, like yeah, he did Tank that one, but like Tank was limping out the ring. Bro, he didn't even get over on Tank for real. Y'all only saying that because Tank took the knee. And when Tank took the knee, it wasn't how like Ryan Garcia was when he took the knee once Tank went to his body. It was like, dang, like I'm taking him to get right back up. Can you do that in boxing? No. But y'all can't say that basically that, oh yeah, he won because of the knee. That shows that people just want to see Tank lose, bruh. Cause y'all betting y'all money on basically Tank losing because of that knee. Yes, it was a good fight. Yes, I'm not gonna lie. Lamont was defending himself like he's skilled. But bro, he ain't walk all over Tank. Tank, bro, if y'all go back and watch the highlights, I just watched the highlights last night. Them last couple of rounds, bro, Lamont was balled up. Tank was literally, he was trying, like you could tell Tank was like, dang, I waited too long. So he was trying to throw some stuff like to make sure he get that one blow, but it didn't work. So that's why they're doing that rematch so they could start over from scratch, round 1 to round 12. We gonna start over clean and let's see what's going on now. Now y'all want to be saying, oh no, man, I ain't gonna lie. At the end of the day, the first fight is what matters. No, it don't. Tank was, look, he real enough to say, hey, bro, let's do a rematch. Now, if he ain't do a rematch, it's like, oh yeah, something going on. Nah, hush, hush. Hey, Calvin, step to the side. Let me get somebody else right now. I'm gonna be hush. Let me get back in the gym and put my hat on, and we go at it again. I'm not gonna lie. I'm telling you, this version of Tank is gonna be dangerous, bruh. If you know about boxing, come on, it is Gervonta Davis, bruh. Dude is a beast. You think he finna walk around with that on his resume that he almost got cooked by Lamont Roach? Bruh, if he doing a rematch, he doing it for a reason. He's about to make an example out of him. I'm sorry to tell y'all. And Lamont, you're skilled, but the fact that you keep on trying to just pull that up, like that one knee. I beat him because of that one knee. You know, I don't care if he had grease in his eye or not. I whooped him because of that. Bruh, that's how you know he don't got confidence that he's a better fighter than Tank. The fact that he's trying to, because he know that chance comes once in a lifetime. That's why he's so big on trying to, go back and play the tape.
After the controversy surrounding the first bout, fans and analysts are demanding fair officiating in the rematch. The previous referee, Steve Willis, faced accusations of bias favoring Davis casting. A shadow over the result Roach's camp has formally requested that Willis not return for the rematch, pushing for an impartial referee to ensure a clean fight judged solely on skill and execution.
Breaking news from Mike Coppinger, Tank vs. Roach rematch has been booked for August 16th, I want to say. This fight's going to take place in Las Vegas, so no, Tank will not be fighting Jake Paul. He will not be looking at any further opponents. He is going to be fighting Lamont Roach once more. What does this mean for Tank? What does this mean for Roach? Not much. I mean, it's a rematch. Tank lost the first fight. You got to get it back, I guess. What are my predictions for this fight? I'm going to go domination by Gervonta Davis. I'm not a big Tank fan, but I don't like Roach whatsoever as a boxer. It's going to take a little bit more from Roach for me to just think that he's on the level of Tank. Like I always say, we have 25 plus fights of Lamont Roach. He's never looked like a great fighter. I don't think this fight alone makes him a great fighter. I don't think he's going to carry this momentum on into the rematch. I'm going to go Gervonta Davis, brutal, typical knockout fashion. I'm expecting Roach to vacate his 130 title, stop holding up that division. I'm expecting him to make a legit campaign at 135 after being knocked out. But you guys let me know, who do y'all got in the rematch? Did you even want to see this rematch? You guys let me know.
Following his poor showing, Tank offered some unusual explanations, including blaming his hairdresser for the grease that impaired his vision. Fans saw this as an attempt to downplay Roach's performance and deflect responsibility. It raised questions about whether Davis's mind was truly in the right place the first time around. This time, those excuses won't fly. The only thing that matters now is results.
You know, obviously the part with the grease in the eye, that took on a life of its own. You know what I'm saying? That was a headline in the fight. One is, what did you think when he said that initially, just like the grease in the eye? But two is like, when you was in the fight, was there any point that you saw that? Like, did you see like him kind of messing with his eye, or did you have any indication that that was something that was bothering him?
No, see, and that's the thing. If you look at the whole fight, he was never bothering his eyes before
you jabbed him.
Before I jabbed him. Even that right hand that, like, you know what I'm saying, that kind of landed, he kind of rolled with it. But after that, you could see him wipe his eye. And then, right after I hit him with the jab, you could see him wipe his other eye. So it's like, it was corresponding to which hand that I punched him with and exactly which eye. So it's like crazy for him to say, it's grease in my eye. And I think even when he say that, you could see me, because I'm right beside him, you could see me like, nigga, what you talking about? So,
right. But you said you don't think he welling though.
Whatever. See, but who cares? Like, sweat gonna get in your eye, blood gonna get in your eye.
Yeah, don't matter.
Spit fucking around and get in your eye. You know what I'm saying? But you, it's not like you can be like, all right, time out, ref. Hold on, ref.
Time out.
You can't do that.
Right. Would you be cool with Steve Willis doing the next fight?
Hell no.
He can't do the next fight.
No, he can't do the next fight.
Right.
No.
Pops, it's a no?
Hell no.
Fuck that nigga.
Yeah.
You know how many
put Coach Ben on him, man. He lucky he ain't running Coach Ben after that fight.
But look at how many times he fucked the fight up though. The knee, him going to the corner to get assistance, like, who knows? Not saying that they did any cheating shit or nothing like that. But like, he wiped his face with a towel. You can't do that.
Right.
You can't do none of that. That's a disqualification. You turned your back on the ref after you took a knee. Usually the ref gonna be like, all right, he don't want to fight no more. Fight's off.
Recent footage shows Davis working relentlessly in the gym, moving with precision and confidence. The first fight challenged Tank's long-standing reputation for carefully selecting opponents that suit his style. Roach broke that pattern, showing up disciplined, strategic, and unafraid. He exposed Davis's vulnerabilities and proved that brute power alone won't win when your opponent refuses to be overwhelmed.
We gotta talk about it. So, Tank officially came out and says that he wants to put this rematch as early as May. Now, if that were to happen, Lamont Roach gets a second time to prove himself. Now, in my personal opinion, his stock has already risen. He is already notable. The fact that he went toe-to-toe with Tank on a decision that ended in a draw, whether he loses this second fight or not won't even matter. Because he's directly in line to go against the Keyshawn Davis, the Shakur Stevensons, and etc., the Devin Haney's, and etc. I can see him moving up and going against Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia or somebody like that. So many people to fight. Lamont Roach has definitely proven himself. But let's talk about something else, and that is the hairstylist situation. In my humble opinion, I believe she should have been quiet. As a hairstylist, there was nothing for you to say. No fan in boxing was gonna look at that like, I don't want her braiding my hair. No one would have said that. But she hurt herself when she came out and publicly made multiple claims on all these receipts that no one needed, no one asked for, saying, oh, this had no grease or oil in it. No one cares. Nobody even believes it. Sometimes it's best to remain quiet. But you guys let me know in the comments. Should she have remained quiet, or should she have did what she did, which is spoke up? You let me know.